Well, all right. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Practical Spiritual Advice by Infinite You. I am your host, Harold Aho now. I am the owner and founder of Infinite You Wellness Plus Synergy. I'm also a practical spiritual advisor and community activist. So this show is dedicated to enlightenment through storytelling and through sets of awareness through me, the Herald. So on today's episode, we're going to talk about the San Antonio Mayan Day at a Time event that we just held. We're going to talk about the galactic calendar and the Mayan calendar. We're also going to talk about the 2027 prophecies just a little bit. But we're going to go over the details of this San Antonio Mayan Day at a Time event. It was our third annual that we had on 7/25. Today is 7/31/2024 for a timestamp. It is 3:23 in the afternoon here in San Antonio, Texas, home of the Cosmic City and Yanaguana, land of the spirit waters. So, this San Antonio Mayan Day Out of Time event, first off, why do we host this? This event came to me through a set of cosmic experiences and friends that brought this galactic calendar system into my awareness in 2021, and it led me to putting on the event that year, only a couple months after I discovered the darn thing. I didn't even know about this Mayan Day at a Time celebration, but we held the first one in 2021, and then we did the second one in 2022, and had to refrain in 2023 because of lack of funds to find a safe place with air conditioning. We learned our lessons from the first and the second one, and this third annual that happened this year, we found an amazing sponsor, my friend Tristan. His business is Apothecary. He's also a DJ, and he'll be coming out with some amazing products and services to help out the collective. So stay tuned to infiniteyou.info, and we will have a sponsorship page coming up soon, so you can look into our dear friend and sponsor, Apothecary. So this event went off. I mean, it was amazing, and we probably had about 70% new people show up to the event, so I love that. And a lot of our old community that has been supporting us with this mission to co-create heaven on earth and bring about a new timeline was also present. And so it was an amazing experience with dance, music, play, sound bath, meditation, community, intention, sustainability, and just overall connection with the San Antonio community, and bringing together the Austin community and all the other places in Texas to just build a strong foundation as we each grow. So don't forget to sign up for the newsletter as you go to our website, infiniteyou.info. And again, we want to thank everyone, all the vendors, all the attendees, all the performers and the musical acts, and especially our sponsors. And we also want to throw in Incarnate Concepts, Elise, and she does web design and social media strategies, and just is a wealth of information and knowledge. So definitely check her out. I'm going to put links to their, well, actually, you can find them. We're going to load them onto our sponsors page. Just make it easy. Go to our website, and you can connect them through the links. So that's why we host the event. It is an opportunity to bring people together, and an opportunity for me to express myself in all the different ways without having to do all the work. So a lot of the people that are vendors and in the crowd and the performers are little pieces of me that have gone out and found their medicine to bring to the community, and that's what the event is for. And so behind the scenes, it's a lot of moving, it's a lot of calling, creating sponsorship packages, vendors, applications, volunteer applications, scouting the location, making sure there's lighting, and bringing like an ambiance and a feeling of this Mayan ancient wisdom here now. And so that's why we host those events. So they're a lot of fun. and we love doing them. So we'll be doing them forevermore every year. If you want to make the trek to San Antonio, 7/25 of every year for the Mayan Data Time celebration. So when this set of information came to me right before we went to Miracle Springs Ranch. So if you're new to the podcast, you can go back to the episode that should be Miracle Springs Ranch Cosmic X or something like that. And if you go through that, you'll hear more of the details on how this galactic calendar system came to my awareness right before we went to Miracle Springs Ranch, and more of what we learned there about this calendar system and why it's so important for not just for the individual but for the collective as we maneuver ourselves into more of a harmonic resonance. That's really what this calendar system offers. And so it's inspired by the Mayan calendar. I want to give more details on how this galactic calendar system came to be. So we'll take you to 1987. A man by the name of Jose Arguelles had a download or channeling, whatever you call it. He brought forth this information that combined multiple counting and calendar and evolutionary systems that we combine now to call the galactic calendar, the dream spell calendar. It's not to be confused with the Mayan calendar. As everyone knows, the Mayan calendar ended on 12/21/2012. So we're not using something that is no longer here for us to use. It ended on that date. And where we are now is an opportunity to activate a galactic calendar that activates our dreams and creates more synchronicities in our life. And so some of the systems that Jose Arguelles was guided to put together, one being the Tolkien. And the Tolkien is a 260-day calendar system that combines 20 solar seals, or what the galactic calendar system calls their glyphs, along with the 13 galactic tones. And when you multiply that, you get 260 days. Within that time matrix, you find the Hunab Ku, which is said to be the information, the galactic tone from the galactic central sun, as it permeates through this experience and through our localized sun. This Hunab Ku, or galactic butterfly information, is the stitching of time within the Tolkien. The other system that is added to the galactic calendar system is called the Haab, Haab. This is a 365-day solar calendar that has the 13-month lunar cycles with the 28 days, with 1 day out of time, and that would be the day between the two calendar systems, or the two calendar years. Another system, and that's also why we celebrate the day out of time. And another system that's activated within this calendar time matrix is the chakras. And so the chakras within this system are actually fixated in a radial form. And so this radial spiral dynamic will begin with the first day being at the crown and the seventh day ending at the heart. And so that would be crown, root, third eye, sacral, throat chakra, solar plexus, and then to the heart. And then it would repeat that cycle with that 7-day cyclical nature within this matrix. So you've got the 7-day cycles, you've got 13 tones, you've got 20 solar seals, 260-day, 365-day, 13-month, 28-day. So all these different cycles within cycles that allow different combinations of energy and information to be processed through each of us as we unite that with our own personal star chart, which would be your astrological chart, your human design chart. You take all those data sets of stars being aligned here, there, and everywhere that make up you, in a particular time and space. That would be also combining your astrocartography, which is taking, if you look at where you were born and the time you were born, and you have like these lines that jump out, they create different nodal points or themes. So one line may be a theme of money and success. Another line may be a theme of relationship. Another line may be a theme of family. And so when you find yourself in near these lines, you start to see the imprint of the geological space that you're in. And you combine that with all these other systems, and you get to decode yourself with your own personal life story. So that's one of the systems that I like to use here for my own personal way to find myself, wrapped up into this complete cosmic experience, this play, this dance. And it's something that we're, as I've spoken about in other episodes, that we're putting into an app. We're gamifying this experience to find yourself using these different algorithms and data sets along with technology. So the Mayan calendar ended. The galactic calendar is here. If you're interested in getting one of these calendars for yourself, like a physical calendar that you put up on the wall, I would highly recommend going to our friends at Skytime. Their website is 13moon.com, 13moon.com. And, sorry, I'm getting messages on my phone over here about the 88 portal. So 13moon.com. Reach out to Bob and Eden Sky. Let them know Harold Honow sent you from Infinite You. And, you'll have a physical calendar that you can thumb through with amazing art and, a legend and a key that gives you enough information to really take a deep dive at your choosing. It's almost like a book. And then I always like to keep the ones from the past and, write notes and stuff like that to, see the synchronicities as they play out and be able to go back and decode those with a new perspective. So I want to just give an overall view of another perspective or another angle of why time is so important. And I want you to imagine Jesus walking on water. Now, just imagine if the water to him, because he's walking on it, right? So it's got to have some type of substance to it, or else his feet are going to get all wet, right? The waves will be going over his feet. Like, what's actually holding him up? Is he just skimming across the water, or is he walking on water? So let's say he's actually walking on water. And if that water were incoherent, let's say it's choppy, it's a little bit choppy waves, waves coming from here and there, and it doesn't have a lot of rhyme or rhythm to it. That would be the Gregorian calendar. This time equals money, keep you on your toes, time matrix that has a, you have a work week, and then you have only a couple days of the weekend to enjoy yourself. And, just the way that the whole time system within that Gregorian calendar, it just doesn't make sense. Sept and oct and all those mean numbers, and they're not in the right place. So what's going on? Why would they do that? Is it on purpose? Is it something we set up on purpose for ourselves as like an oversoul experience where it's like, haha, trap yourself in this and see how you can get out, and set ourselves up with challenges? I kind of believe that part a little bit. There's a a thing in the spiritual community, if you dive in deep enough, that call the souls that have come here to assist this planet in this ascension process, the volunteers. And, to volunteer, it's not like you were forced here, or you were going to experience it no matter what. It's like you came here to be part of this. So maybe you might have set it up for yourselves or ourselves. And so anyway, wherever we're at right now, it feels like a pressure point. It feels like something's going to be birthed from this. Like it can't keep going this way for too much longer without either completely dying off or turning itself into something new, almost completely new. Because time is a big part of the world that's around us. It's as important as money. I mean, we're operating on this time matrix that tells us when to be here and when to be there. Don't be late or you're going to miss the boat. The ship has sailed. It's linear and it's never going to come back again. What kind of baseline frequency is the collective operating on? And if you look at the way this Gregorian calendar has been set up, it's not harmonic. So what would that do to a being or for a being that is operating with this as their baseline frequency? So I'll tell you personally, when we got back from Miracle Springs Ranch in 2021, the weekend of 5/25/2021, I started using this calendar system, and along with the Gregorian, because I'm still in it, right? I've got children that go to school these certain days, and I can't just change that and say we operate off a different time or homeschool, and just we're still in it, and that's the pressure point. We are at the phase of running this cycle out, and we need to guide the new with this harmonic way of creating synchronicities within our life. And this calendar system does it for me. I find tones, colors, glyphs, the numbers, the chakra day. If it's a throat chakra day, I feel it every time. And there's just ways that the system starts to communicate with you when you start to pay attention. If you're not paying attention to something, it's going to be a little bit difficult to get the information in. And I think this is worth paying attention to. And so you have to just pay in the form of time. And there's websites, there's this podcast, as much information as I can put out. But I don't, for me here, I don't give you the intricacies of this whole thing. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm not here to teach you all about the galactic calendar system. What I'm here to do is show you through my storytelling, through what I've learned myself, about this system and how I activate it within my life, or even if I don't get into the exact stories of how I've learned these things, just to know that the ways that I've learned these things, like I just said, the tones, there's 13 tones. My personal tone is number 13. I'm the galactic cosmic tone. And, for me, that makes sense. I'm here to see it through and on a follow through. Right? Not here in the beginning of this, other than the beginning of the new way. Right? This is also, as you heard, my name is Harold. I mean, I've spoken on the definitions of herald and heraldry, and herald being the messenger of the gods. Basically Hermes reincarnated. That's what I'm here for. I'm not here to help you do all the work. I'm just here to say, hey, there's work to be done, and this is the overall blanket of subject matter that we're going over. It's time, it's art and creation, it is sustainability, like find your sovereignty and your autonomy, It's cleaning up the language and the verbiage that comes out of our vocal tones and creates harmonic resonance or incoherency within the field. Take your pick. Um, these are opportunities for us to collectively, do the work and, build the world that we wish to see from our hearts. And to me, that's what this calendar system and why the Mayans, and I've got other podcasts where we go into this telluric, this water ley line that connects the Mayan ruins with San Antonio and Enchanted Rock and Sedona and Monterrey, Mexico. And, there's so many other big pieces that this, operating from a harmonic resonance, my baseline frequency has now been more predictable, and I can see the waves before they come in. And, when you get to a point of, and some of us are operating this even without knowing this, you find yourself within the waves of coherence. Like, before I knew about this, people were coming at me with astrology and wanting me to learn all about the houses and the trines and the angles and everything. And that was like a completely foreign language to me. And when they would offer advice or give me little feedback on what was about to come, I'm like, oh, I'm already scheduled to do something that's aligned with that during that time. So I found myself in these synchronicity zones. And for me personally, I contribute that to my own birth date and time. I was born on 11/22/77, 11 p.m. on the dot. So I came in automatically in these harmonic, resonant, sequences, these double numbers, these angel numbers, to allow me to maybe stay a little bit closer to synchronicity than further away, just because inherently it's my etymology. Date, time, like when was this thing made? Oh, boom, well that's a freaking thing. This is probably pretty special, and I'm not trying to say that I am special. I'm just saying I'm a reflection and a portal, and I'm honoring myself as the reflection of the collective. And I expect for that reflection to inspire and create what it created within me, which is aha moments into activism, into, a new world that I live in. And, it's not one that most people are in. My life is quite magical, and there's telepathy involved. There's, there's like so many things. I don't even want to get into that because I'll be here for 30 minutes telling you about all the special, cool things that happen around me all the time. That's why I create these podcasts and I put my word out on social media, and we have a book coming out and all these amazing things. It's because I am here for this. I am here as a reflection to show that we each individually are this. And when you find yourself within time in the harmonic fashion that I've discovered through the galactic calendar, you see that you are, and then use the other systems like human design, astrocartography, solar eclipse, paths of totality. You find, and just looking at the places that you are, like Corpus Christi means the body of Christ. Sedona is a magical spot. Enchanted Rock, a magical spot. Arkansas, with a crystal bed underground, is a magical spot. Hawaii. When you find yourself in these places along a map with intention and cosmic alignments and all these different things, you really start to decode the overall message, which is we are one. There's a cosmic web that connects us. When you shift things internally, it shifts things externally. That you're enough, that you are art in its full expression. And, we came here as volunteers to, adjust some things that are a little out of whack. And, it's okay to be called upon in situations like this for challenges to show our worth and grow in a way that is cosmic. And I feel. That's why my tone is the 13th tone. It's this 13th calendar honoring this number 13, which is, to me, it's the next rung of the ladder from the 12, which to me is honoring the Gregorian calendar and the 12-hour, 60-time, loop system, and the 12 zodiacs, and, now bringing in Ophiuchus, and, this 13th zodiac, and a new baseline frequency that is going to have a different harmonic resonance. And I feel that one would be more aligned with our true essence. And that's what this is about to me. It's a complete overall cosmic adjustment into harmonic resonance that revs up the frequency of synchronicity and bliss states, and finding your community and finding the people that see you and that, are so interesting that you're intriguing and I see you. We could be a little weird and off center and be eclectic and have some weird little intricacies that we do, each and every one of us. There's nothing wrong with that, being an individual within the collective and having the same dreams of creating our own personal heaven on earth, where we're seen and we see others, and art and creation are an everyday practice, and sovereignty and sustainability and thriving is the way of life, and it's not even a second guess. It's just part of the process that we wake up and have the energy in all ways to accomplish goals, and we have the resources in all ways to accomplish the goal, and we have the support system in all ways to accomplish the goal. And do you think, in the community and the hands, all that, do you think the world would be the way it is? We're not far from there, folks. And that's what the heralding is. That's what the message is to prep your house. It's to, look at your city, and if the natural waterway has been taken away, and it's coming back, because that's harmonic resonance, is the water to flow naturally, then you go call out to the people and say, move your houses away from the low lying areas. You tell the homeless, yo, get your stuff in, go over there and we built you eco brick houses or something. We do the work to help the people be in safe places. And so that's the message. That's what Infinite You is here for. That's why we ask that you follow us on our newsletter and sign up for that, and follow us on all social media platforms under infiniteyou.info. And, interact, because, I guess throughout this entire process, I'm going to be an active founding member and owner of this business, where I will do my best to respond. And as we grow and have help and volunteers, and we pay crews to, keep in contact with everyone that's communicating with this Infinite You project, this global initiative, the Infinite, what am I calling it? The Infinite You Global Synergy Initiative or something. Let me know in the comments if that sounds cool. But it would be an initiative to add nature-based curriculum and gardens and sustainable practices, and, having our children look outside the walls of the school to see the issues of the world, and sit down in a classroom and brainstorm on possibilities of relieving those stresses and those pressure points for their localized community. This is a big effort. And, I think the schools are ready for this. I think the communities are ready for some assistance from the children. They can't even, imagine a whole generation of children that were guided to put eyes on their localized community and come up with ideas, being guided by other way showers in the community. Like myself, I'd love to go into schools and say, hey, look at this, when we have a large storm, this is where all the trash, piles up, all the large trash here, and look at all that there, and how can we solve this issue? and look at all the technology and the mechanics and engineering, that we have available, and say, let's put all eyes on, these situations and relieve that pressure and clean up our water and our air, and, get that clean energy. And so, that's the initiative. That's the push. That's why I'm guided to do all this. It's for a better world. It's for a better tomorrow. So if you're with this ride and you enjoy the infinite you journey that you inherently are on, this is about you. This is not called infinite me, as I've said, a few times in the past. This is absolutely about you, and I'm here to witness what happens when I'm able to inspire on a large scale. And I would like to inspire the world to take action in their localized community to be the change they wish to see in the world. And so, stay tuned in with it all. And with that, I want y'all to love always in all ways. Peace.